Big bounce back weekend for the Colorado Buffaloes, not so much for the Denver Broncos. Listen, we got special guests in the studio today. I can't wait to get to it. Coming up. All right, fellas, let me set this thing up, man. I'm looking at you guys on the monitor here, and I've been thinking, how do I introduce this, man? And so I figured it out.
You sure?
I think so. Okay. I think so, Chad. We got right here the big fella who had 35 career sacks at Colorado, number one on the all-time sack list, right? Probably at least 20 more than what you. How many did you have at Colorado?
Not as many.
Okay, all right.
You were playing middle linebacker though.
Yeah.
Well, before you start passing out flowers,
I'm just telling you,
stuff,
man. I mean, we had an outstanding linebacker room.
Slow down,
all
Snoop.
four in the
Slow
NFL.
down.
All four played a long time in the NFL. I mean, it was
Couldn't
one of the
stop.
greatest linebacker groups of all time.
Couldn't stop Tennessee. Chad, but that said, man,
yeah,
you had 79 NFL sacks.
Yeah.
20 more than the big fella.
Oh,
yeah.
So here's my question to start the show. Who's the better sack man between the two of you?
Ooh.
Now, Al's senior year, I got sick of hearing him say that he was the better. So at the end of one practice, it was a padded practice, I let him rush on me. He let me rush on him.
I blocked the hell out of your ass.
I hit him with the spin move.
Did you get it?
I got him with the spin
No,
move.
he didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, he did not block the hell out of his ass.
I hit him with the spin move. So let's just say it was unsettled by
Like
that attempt.
You going with that? Is it unsettled?
I was better. But Chad is a unique skill because Chad could do things that very few people can do. That's play inside and outside. You know, and I think that by itself is just that's an unusual skill set when you start talking about college and pros. But you didn't get a chance to rush on the edge in college until we were gone.
Right.
So after we left, it was you and Ronnie Woolfolk outside, and of course that was a great tandem. But me and Canavis were inside. But you were on the field the entire time. We just didn't use you as an edge rusher.
I signed as an outside linebacker, and I get there my freshman year. They said, well, can you play inside linebacker? We got two All-Americans playing outside linebacker. I said, well, let me get my ass on the field any way I can. And I watched those dudes do their All-American thing. And then me and Greg Beaker came up. And then actually the move for me to go to outside linebacker, that was accidental because Sam Rogers, who ended up being a Colorado Buffalo great and played a long time in the NFL.
Yep, another great
His transfer
linebacker
from junior college didn't happen because he was planned to be the outside linebacker. So I was supposed to stay at inside linebacker. So because Sam couldn't come in, then they asked me to move to outside. So that's how all that happened. And then, and then in Pittsburgh, I'm playing inside linebacker. I rushed the quarterback on third down. It wasn't until Greg Lloyd blew a knee out in the first game of my fourth season that I moved to outside linebacker there. So my outside linebacker times were always kind of accidental, and I stumbled into them. But I think if I would have played it full time,
you'd have the record at CU.
I would have the record at CU.
There you go.
I would have over 100 sacks.
There you go.
We might be talking about a dude with a gold jacket.
There you go. I always think about those same things, man, because my NFL career, of course, I go into the league as an outside linebacker. And when I get there, I only play outside linebacker one season. Then I have to transition over to defensive end. And when you transfer over to defensive end, bro, it's just a whole different game.
Was it a weight thing?
It was a weight thing. It was like when you pass rusher, it's like saying that you equate it to like being a wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? The movements are quick. You get to dance in and out, and you can be creative.
Right.
Versus playing tight end, attached to the line of scrimmage, and you got a down block. You gotta muscle up on people every now and then. It's just a whole different deal. And I was used to playing against guys that were 250 at the max.
Now
and when you play defensive end, everybody in the NFL that plays left tackle is at least 6'4" and at least 315 pounds. I mean, if you're under 315, you're considered light. You're probably gonna get bull rushed all day. So it was a much different game for me, and it took me like 2.5 years to learn how to play defensive end. Much different than playing outside linebacker, and I got the scars to show for it.
Well, both you guys, obviously, in my book, are Hall of Famers, not just at the University of Colorado, but in the National Football League as well, fellas. How's that?
Well, once again, we find ourselves on the same set, you and I. Well, there's 3 of us on the set. 2 dudes in the CU Hall of Fame and 1 ain't.
You know,
it happened quite frequently last year.
Look, man, it sure did. It sure did. And as is the case all the time, I'm always on the set with you and Al, and there are 2 guys who participated in the national championship game and one who won the MVP. And by the way,
look at that. Look at that.
How about that, man?
Look at that.
Al, I don't know what
goodness.
you got going on.
Man, it looked like I was going to get a Whataburger. I don't know what the hell.
Chad, is that your best Al B. Sure impression?
Oh, my goodness. You look like Ward Cleaver.
I probably had a Gumby a couple of days before. I cut the Gumby down for the flat top look.
Now that brother in the middle with that part, man.
That's Gumbies back then.
It was Gumbies, man, not Gummies.
Oh, Gumbies. Oh, sorry. I said Gummies.
By the way, I don't think Chad was messing around with Gummies.
Probably not.
Nah.
I want flour. I want flour. Straight up flour. You know what I'm saying? It was Boulder.
It was Boulder.
No, you never smoked weed in college.
Every day.
Hey, man.
Sorry, Mom.
Man, look.
Sorry, Mom. Sorry, Mom.
Look, man, speaking of great pass rushers, we saw, I think, the emergence of one this past weekend up in Boulder. Colorado 37-20 over Wyoming. Big bounce back game for the Buffs. But I saw both on offense and defense what I needed to see. I saw leadership and an understanding and a command of the offense from Caden Salter, who was reinstated in the starting lineup. I thought had clearly his best game as a Colorado Buffalo. But if that's, an indication of things to come, good shape. And defensively, Arden Walker, who we've talked about, and there's a lot on his shoulders to provide that punch from that defensive end position, outside linebacker, and he's stepped up big time this weekend. I think would have made you 2 pass rushers pretty proud.
Yeah, I think anytime you can affect the game, especially in the crunch moments, especially when you have a lead and you know that your opposition is going to throw the football, if you can't get to the quarterback, then you're not a pass rusher. I mean, most of the time, you can deem a guy or see a guy become a great pass rusher when they get a lead. And you really don't get a chance to see great pass rushes until your team gets a lead. Colorado got a lead last week, and we could unleash the dogs. But Caden last week, I thought I got to give mad props. I got to give mad props to a guy that I've been just rough on. Man, the offensive coordination last week was spectacular. It was what I wanted it to be in week 1. It's just a shame that we had to wait this long to get to it. But when you have a quarterback that is that mobile, Chad, and you understand and know how this works. When you have a quarterback that's that mobile and he's talented with his arm, you got to get him on the perimeter. You got to give some runs that are not just quarterback draws, but more movement, more things that move the eyes of the end guys on the line of scrimmage. Because that's when you hit a long run, it's because somebody on the end line of scrimmage made a huge mistake. And Caden last week had a huge game. And I think the offensive coordination last week was fantastic. So was the defensive coordination.
Yes. To go to Arden Walker, there's a difference between getting sacks in the first quarter on second down and getting them where you make a play. So when you score points as a defender, you get a safety. That's how you're supposed to sack the quarterback. Sacks all count the same in your statistical column, but true playmakers find a way to step up in critical moments. So to do it, Wyoming's backed up, get the sack. That's what you're supposed to do as a playmaker. As far as this offense goes, to have the 4 big plays, the 29-yard pass to Miller, the 69-yard pass to Brown, the 47-yard pass to Williams, and the 35-yard run by Caden Salter. I like the explosiveness.
Yes.
I love to see more consistency.
Right.
Because you can't just be explosive play or nothing. So there's still ways for this offense to go. But to Al's point, the play calling set up those big plays and allowing your quarterback to do what he does naturally. Because one of those big plays, he was able to roll out of the pocket, point down the field where he wanted his receiver to go. That's his skill set. So put him in positions to do what he does best.
Right.
Totally agree. I think both you guys, for once, is spot on. in terms of what we saw this past
Did you hear
weekend.
that just a little dig right there? Just a little
I
dig.
know for once. I heard it. I heard it.
Man. You guys, for you guys to be big, bruising linebackers, you guys are awfully sensitive, man. Like, goodness gracious.
We want you to sit in a grown-up chair.
Are your feet touching the floor? I think my wife sat in that seat on Sunday. Her feet weren't touching the floor.
That's what we're doing.
Are you sitting on a phone book over there? Come on, Big Webster.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, man, look. Colorado almost 500 total offensive yards in this game.
Way to go, Pat Shermer. Way to go, Pat Shermer.
You know what, Al? You know
Shermer.
what? That's awfully big of you, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, man. I just call it like I see it, man. I'm not a guy that is. I don't have a grudge. I really can appreciate great play calling.
Yeah.
Like of all the things that are involved in football, I think great play calling is maybe the most underrated thing in all of football. And I always have said in the past, coaching matters. And the big four, coaching matters even most now than it did ever at any time. A longtime coach at Oklahoma State, Mike Gundy, just fired. One of your best friends, one of your favorite players. Huh? Not my favorite player at all. Mm-hmm. If I had a chance to run through him right now, I'd run through his ass right now.
Is Mike Gundy right there on the screen? Quarterback for Oklahoma State back in the day.
Man, I just used to be a good play caller. Not anymore. I mean, he's not won against power 4 opponents in some while now. Just fired. I mean, you got to have great play callers if you want to survive in this business.
Well, wait. See, here's where I think, in a way, what you're saying, you're overstating the case. Great play callers require what? What makes a play great?
Design.
That it works.
Scheme.
That it works. That's the only thing that makes a great play. And you want to say great players. I know you want to put it back to great players, but it just doesn't work like that. You can have great players and not have a guy that knows how to push the buttons to make it work.
Understood. But let me ask you this. The exact same buttons were pushed back in 1990 on our defense. Let's substitute Alfred Williams with John Butler, and let's substitute Chad Brown with Cole Jennison. Are we having the same play call, same?
But that's different
design?
But that's different. I
Why
mean, you're talking
different?
Because when you're talking about guys that all played in the league, all first round, second round guys, you're talking about extreme talent. Okay, that's extreme talent.
It's just talent.
No, listen, man. We played a base defense, bro.
Yeah,
we played. I didn't think about it till I was in the pros. We lined up in a basic 3-4 and said, "Whatever you do, we'll cover it and we'll beat you."
And we could do that. Why? Because the play design was outstanding.
No.
Okay, but as a play caller, you also have to know when to step aside and let your talent do what it does.
Mm-hmm.
To have a super exotic, complex scheme for the players we had at Colorado, there was probably more chance of us busting it rather than just relying on the athleticism on the field. So for your example, I can't remember whose Alfred substitute was, but mine was who? Genesee somebody?
Yeah, Cole Genesee.
Cole Genesee. Well, suddenly now you got to dial up a different defense because you got different players on the field. So the great play callers look at what they have. So an example would be Caden Salter this last game, rolling them out the pocket,
yes,
taking advantage of his athleticism. Yes. That would be a different play caller for Ryan Staub because it doesn't have that same level of athleticism. So the play caller needs to know who's on the field to become a good play caller.
No question about it. I don't disagree with that. And I will tell you, it's probably a different outcome as well, right?
Well, I mean, if
callers can't overcome the talent deficit.
Sure they. So, I mean, listen, man. Listen. I've seen this work in the NFL more than any other place. And you may say, how does that happen? How in the world did the Pittsburgh Steelers go all these years with no losing record without having the most talented quarterback on the field?
Oh, I didn't just say quarterback.
Well, I'm just saying, but this is the case about play calling. You play to your team's strength, and you got to know what your team's strengths are. Just to get 500 in the NFL, you know how hard that is? And that's just great. You're talking about a great coach who understands play calling and the identity of how to get a win.
And that gets you how far?
It gets you, it gives you a chance to get to the playoffs.
Not one playoff victory.
But it gets you a chance to get to the playoffs.
In the last several years. Why? Because they were short talent
yes.
on offense.
I will agree with that. But that they got to that place with inferior talent.
Yes.
And then to go to I did 4 coaching internships in the NFL. And one of those was with the New York Jets. Todd Bowles was the head coach then. ESPN said this may be the worst roster in modern NFL history. That Jets team.
Yes.
They had no quarterback. They had no explosion on the outside. Myself and Kevin Green were coaching the outside linebackers, and we would come in after every practice and go, I don't know what we're going to do with these dudes. Yet, due to Todd Bowles being a really good coach, which he has proven in Tampa Bay now,
really
given
good coach,
talented players, that he's a playoff and Super Bowl possible winning coach, he got that team to 6 wins with the worst roster. So
it is so hard to get 6 wins in that league.
That's about right.
CJ, you don't understand how hard it is to get 6 wins in that league.
With
in the
Christian
NFL.
Hackenberg as your quarterback.
Who?
Christian Hackenberg was the quarterback with the New York Jets that year.
I think
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah.
From Penn State. Terrible.
Now here's how bad was he, Chad?
He was terrible.
Terrible.
It got to the point.
He was terrible.
When he wasn't starting, we asked the offensive coaches, let's give us anybody else for scout team, because this guy can't even give us a look.
And he was just starting quarterback.
He started games with the offense that year. But he wasn't good enough for scout team.
Look, I don't know how we got down that road
because
there.
We're talking about great coaching and what it means to teams. That's why we got to that, just in case you needed a reminder.
Well, I appreciate that. And I still think you're overstating the case.
Coaching matters.
Of course, coaching matters, but coaching only matters so much. Period. Now, end the subject. Moving on.
While that may be true to a certain extent, there's much more gray area around that. You can't just say with the definitive exclamation point you try to put in that sentence.
Look, man, here's the bottom line. The Colorado Buffaloes got back on track. Let's get back to something you guys know something about.
Yes.
By the way, man, I got some pink slips for you.
Oh, pink slips?
Yeah, I got some pink slips.
Okay.
I think I left them in my bag, but I'll give them to you after the show.
Okay.
Because everybody on your research team, your crack research team, you ought to give a pink slip to and fire their asses right away. This dude told me. Is
that when he was talking about the speed on Wyoming's offense? Which one was this one?
What's that? What did I say that was inaccurate?
Hey, this is classic, man. So we're doing the pregame,
right?
And he says, CJ, you're gonna see something from Wyoming that we never see. I'm like, really? I'm leaned in.
Right.
They run their offense from under center.
They did up until that point.
They run their offense from under center. I'm thinking, I've seen some. I don't
they
think
ran some plays.
Not one play did they run from under center. Not even in warm-ups did they practice from under center.
That's not true.
Not one play did they run from under center.
Go back and look at it.
Hey, man,
go back and look at it.
I'm in the game.
Go back and look at it, man. Go back and look at it.
You're gonna fire each one. You need new research.
No, I'm just telling you. It's not research team. It's. I actually put my eyes on it. What do you mean? I'm telling you, if I was looking at this objectively as a guy that played defense, I'd want to know how to defend them. And it's just sometimes I think coaches do things to to try to confuse the opponent. And they ran under center. I think it was a third. It's a third down and 1, or 4th down and 1 from under center. They didn't get it, but they ran a few. It just wasn't as plentiful as I thought it would be. But that's what coaches do. They may have thought they had a matchup problem, or maybe they thought it had an advantage if they played in gun more.
Chad, not one play from under
not
center.
Even in warm-ups. Not even in warm-ups, he said.
In the warm-ups.
You didn't even watch the damn game, your drunk ass.
Hey, man, I did not have a drink, man.
What? No, you didn't have a drink. You had a keg.
Drinks with an S.
Hey, man, now you letting out state secrets.
No,
that's what we're doing now?
No, I'm just saying. You can't talk about what happened in the game during the game. You sit in those fancy seats. You ever seen the seats at the game?
Is he up in the suite up there?
No, man. He's got these old fancy ass seats, man. He look like he can high five Prime, man. I mean, I'm like, damn.
What's wrong,
I was
man?
like, no, I'm not. I'm a little jealous because I didn't buy the tickets for me this year, but I will have those tickets next year.
But why are you so like?
I'm just saying they're just really fancy. I'm just saying, dog, just fancy.
But
seats.
your attitude, man, like you upset.
I'm not upset. It's just that
they did not
don't get those tickets. That's
they did
all I'm
not
telling
run
you.
one play from under center, man.
Now,
That's just the fact.
How you know?
Because I watched the game.
You don't know what the hell you were watching.
Hey,
in the end,
listen.
In the end, Colorado won. That's all that matters.
And it was late. My goodness, these games are late. I stayed right to the end, and it was well after midnight.
Hell yeah, because you knew all the other bars were closed. You in those fancy ass seats where they bring you drinks. Look, shit, I'll be hanging out there too if I was you. I'll be hey, all the bars are closed by the time the game was over.
It was family weekend, and the crowd left early. Right. Interesting take on this from the head coach of your Colorado Buffaloes, Coach Prime.
No, kind of you would love that to happen, because when they're leaving, what does that mean? Game's out of hand. That means the game is over. They're going to party. I'm cool with that. They're right down the corner. On what street is that down there? No, not Pearl Street. On the hill. That's where they at. Yeah, that's cool. I know where they at. So I don't mind them emptying. You got to understand it was family weekend as well. Sure. So a lot of the older family members probably said, "Okay, let's go home, honey," and they wanted to get out of there. But we're winning. That means we're winning. That means we're winning. I don't mind that.
This guy's amazing, man.
Hey, man, I think he's. I told you, I think he's perfect for Colorado.
I do too.
I think
but it's amazing how he spins it, right? Like he's counterintuitive. If you would think, like,
wait, hold on. Conversely, when we were in Houston,
man,
in Houston,
conversely, we still had 3 syllables.
In Houston, when we were there, crowd left early.
Yes, they did.
Because U of H had already pounded us in the submission.
Right.
And everybody that was left in the stadium were U of H fans. There were no more Colorado fans the building in the fourth quarter, man.
That's true.
I mean, that game was over.
That's true. That game was over. Next, we turn the page. It's BYU. Some say a repeat or a rematch from the Alamo Bowl a year ago, Alamo Bowl, which they really put it to the Colorado Buffaloes.
Poor coaching.
All over this, man.
Listen, man, anytime you put a quarterback and 4 wide receivers in the NFL and you can't get any offense, what do you call that?
Poor execution.
Okay, then. Okay.
It's poor.
I'm just saying you gotta have a better way to get these guys the ball, dog. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I don't look at it as a revenge game. There's nothing. It's just another team that you played last year.
Anytime anybody beats you in football, it's a revenge game. What are you talking about?
Well, don't take it from me. Let's hear from Coach Prime.
They mean a lot. Every game means a lot. This conference game means more. But yeah, it's not like we ain't with that get back stuff. I ain't with that get back stuff. I'm with that let's get them stuff. So they played their butts off, kicked our butts in the bowl game. Now we have a whole new team. They have a similar team as well with under new management, meaning quarterbacking. And this is a good team, well-coached team, disciplined team. We got to be a lot more disciplined, not some of the pass interference, the PIs that we had and the stupid penalties that we had, unnecessary roughness. We got to stop all that foolishness and play a consistent game, prayerfully penalty-free.
Prayerfully penalty-free.
Mm-hmm. Be the smarter Cleveland playing team.
I think he's on point there, right? Look, this is about this year's team. Completely different team than he had a year ago. Completely different circumstances. They ain't had nothing to do with the Alamo Bowl. What you know is that you have a hell of an opponent that you got to go out and try to find a way.
If anybody kick my ass, then it's a revenge game.
If anybody, he's coach speaking all the way, but tell him how it really works.
Yes, it's a brand new team. Every year you got to make your identity and form a new team, and you got to put the past behind you and all that stuff. But if you kick my ass, then I'm coming for you. It's a revenge game for me. It's a revenge game.
So what if you get your ass kicked again?
Then I got double revenge next time. I'm coming back every time.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys, and I know I take shots at defenders often, but this is the difference. You guys are so emotional. Everything is about how you feel.
I think every Colorado football fan is
about
emotional
how you feel.
About how that worked out in the Alamo
game.
Dome. Yeah, it's an emotional game anyway.
When you get your ass kicked, you need to respond. When somebody punches you in the mouth, You go back. Let me think about how I want to respond to this. Or you go and punch a motherfucker in the mouth. What do you do?
Or do you call the police? Do you get an attorney? How do you take it when somebody punch you in the mouth?
You know what I do in a circumstance like that? I execute better. That's how you win.
Oh my
you
goodness,
execute
man.
better. What did we do to fall short? Because the objective is to win a game. It ain't to punch him in his mouth. It's to beat him by whatever means is necessary. And like I said, defenders, you just want revenge. You just out there running around.
Oh man, maybe that's why we won
emotional.
a shit ton of games. Maybe that's why we won a shit ton of games, because it was always about revenge. Like Nebraska beat us last year. That's not going to happen again.
Did you guys
Oklahoma
get revenge?
beat us last year. That's not going to happen again.
Yeah.
So I guess
what happens when you don't play the team the next year?
Well, I mean, then you got to wait till you see that player in the league.
Do we get our revenge against Tennessee and that?
Well, you got to wait to see those once again. Good Lord willing, if you get a chance to see their ass in the next league, then you kind of whoop their ass. Then
I gave it to Alvin Harper in the league. I gave it to him. I told him it was revenge.
Man, you can't bring up the Lord and then cuss in the same sentence, bro.
I just did.
Well, you shouldn't do that.
Don't tell me what I should do.
I'm just saying you shouldn't. You can do what you want, but you shouldn't do that.
My mouth.
Hey, man.
Yes.
Hey, man, let's move on to the Denver Broncos.
Wait. Before we can move on, BYU.
Yes.
25th ranked team in the country.
Mm-hmm.
TCU, 24th ranked team in the country. Iowa State, 14th ranked team in the country. As Coach Mack would say, rat-a-tat-tat.
Yeah.
3 in a row.
Yep.
Like when we would have Oklahoma, Nebraska, and Oklahoma State in a row. The Buffs have got to get some stuff cleaned up. It was a great win against Wyoming, but to go through the next 3 games, it's going to take more than an occasional explosive play. It's going to take some consistency.
Well, I thought I saw some consistency. I thought we ran the ball well. We were much better on first down, which put us in position to be creative offensively, not so predictable in those 3rd and 8s or worse. And I think that's how we stay ahead of the chains. In college football, I don't know what any of these rankings mean anymore. Clemson was supposed to be a top 3 or 4 team in the country.
Preseason.
Exactly. Right. And so we've seen them play. All we know about BYU is they beat Portland State, they beat Stanford, and they beat East Carolina. Now, the combined record between Portland State, East Carolina, and Stanford is probably 3 victories. So we don't know much about BYU. They have a new quarterback, and last year's quarterback was one of the best, I thought, performers in the Big 12 conference.
Not in the NFL.
No. Did he transfer? I don't know, but at any rate, they have Bear Bachmeier is their first-year quarterback. I don't know what that means, coming into a hostile environment. And so CU a 6.5-point dog. I think now if you guys want to get your panties in a wad about something, that might be, get emotional about that. Get pissed about that. 6.5-point dog at home against a BYU team that's been in many ways, as Coach Prime put it, under new management with the new quarterback and a number of new players.
This is what I know about football, okay? This is what I know about playing at home football. All of the work that you put in the week has to be good, solid work. The work has to be good, solid work. It has to be based on fundamentals. It has to be based on blocking, catching, okay? It has to be on tackling. It has to be on all the fundamentals. Once you have the fundamentals down, CJ, it really boils down to, can you get your guys in the best position to make a play? The answer twice this year has been yes. The other 2 times that it didn't work, to me, I thought that those should have been wins as well. So the 6.5 reflects that we didn't do what we needed to get those wins, but it also reflects that we weren't in position to get those wins. So that's something totally different. Like, we weren't overpowered by Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech is going to
should have won that game.
Georgia Tech's going to end up as probably representing the ACC in their championship game. Mm-hmm. So we had that team. We had them smothered. We had the relationship with the fan base during that game was outstanding. 3 turnovers in plus territory. We got 7 points. So if you do what you're supposed to do, we were supposed to win that game. Okay, if we win that game, it changes how the University of Colorado is looked nationally.
No doubt.
And so I think it also changes the kids' attitude about what playing good football is. At the end of the game last week against Wyoming, we had the football, and we had a chance to salt away the clock. For the first time, I felt like our running game was a reflection of our head coach. He said he wanted to be a tough, physical team that runs the ball. We were able to salt the game away with the run, not throwing a pass. It was a run game that ended up beating Wyoming. And I think that's the kind of identity we need against BYU if it's going to happen.
2-2. Your assessment, Chad. You do call college football games all around the country. You've seen more college football probably than anybody I know. What do you make of your Colorado Buffaloes after 4?
This game was important. This last game against Wyoming was important. But even in that game, while you certainly tackled better, it's against the Wyoming offense that wasn't very good. Utah, held this Wyoming offense to much lower score because we got Utah after these 3 games that I talked about against 3 ranked opponents. And by that point, Utah may be ranked. So it's going to be a tough road. And to break your arm, patting yourself on the back after beating Wyoming, I think is fool's gold. You gave up 17 points in the second half to a Wyoming team. You gave up 20 first downs to this Wyoming team. So there's certainly a massive leap of improvement that needs to start happening here for this team to make any kind of noise in the Big 12 schedule, because there's some talented teams. Again, Arizona, West Virginia, ASU, finish the season at Kansas State on the road. None of these are going to be easy games. All the easy games have been taken care of now. It's going to be a tough road, and they're going to have to play much better and much more consistently. Again, I love the big plays, but I need to see you have long drives, sustained drives.
Right.
I need to see that kind of offense.
Yeah.
Because it's going to take that in this conference, particularly some of these weather games on the road.
And I don't think, last year, obviously, we were a big play offense. I don't see that. Now, we have the capacity, as we saw Saturday night, to make big plays, but that's not something that we can hang our hats on.
But that's football, though. I mean, you got to win your one-on-ones. And last week, we won our one-on-ones.
Yeah, but what Chad would tell you is that you won some one-on-ones against some
let's just see. Give us a chance to get our one-on-ones, especially down the field with this receiving core that we have. Give us a chance to get our same one. I'm not telling you, and you know this, is playing the quarterback. The ball does not have to be perfectly placed when the ball's 30 yards down the field.
Right.
First of all, the defender doesn't understand the relationship between the football and the receiver. And it's something, 2 out of 3 times, something good is going to happen. Give them more chances like that. Design plays where they're going to be in man-to-man, and just tell the quarterback to throw it up, not necessarily throw it, on the dime as Shadua would, or, throw it up so the receiver has a chance to catch it. Don't overthrow him. Just give the receiver a chance to catch it, and then we'll have a chance.
Hey, man, what are you talking about?
Because the one-on-ones that we got last week were not open plays. They were contested catches. They were one-on-one plays that happened down the field, but they were contested.
Okay.
So if you overthrow a guy, he can't compete for the football. So what I'm saying is let's make sure.
Don't overthrow the guy.
Don't overthrow him, but you got to give us a chance to win our one-on-ones. That's all I'm saying. Give us a chance to win our one-on-ones. Okay. And if we can win our one-on-ones up front, blocking, we can win our one-on-ones with the running backs, making guys miss. We can win our one-on-ones on defense. Then you start winning one-on-ones, man. You start winning. That's how it works.
Yeah. About the one-on-ones.
That's it.
Okay. All right.
1-for-1.
About the one-on-ones.
A lot of them.
Win your one-on-ones, dog. Win your one-on-ones, man.
All right, bro. We gonna work on winning the one-on-ones.
Yeah, we can work on one-on-ones.
Goodness gracious, man. You. I think you should have been a coach, man. You can do the coach speak stuff.
No, man. I just don't think that. I don't think that most people understand how football is won and lost.
Just win the one-on-one.
Just win your damn one-on-one, man.
Switching up to the Denver Broncos. Speaking of not winning your one-on-ones, 23-20 heartbreaking loss, 2 weeks in a row. Not a lot of punch or productivity offensively. I think Bo Nix, 153 yards passing. It was a pedestrian, I think, outing for someone who this franchise has staked so much of its future on. But I think the Broncos' problem, quite frankly, offensively, is Cortland Sutton is your number 1 receiver.
Is that the problem?
I do think it's a problem.
Okay.
Because he would be a great number 2 receiver.
Mm.
Now, you guys are defenders.
Mm-hmm.
The problem that I see with the Broncos is that there is not a defense that's saying we have to allocate or commit an extra defender to make sure that guy don't beat us. So
you mean in Cortland Sutton?
In anybody.
Well, I think
that
that's
player
exactly
does not
what
exist.
that's exactly what happened last week. I mean, when you go back and you look at the game plan was simple. We're not going to let Cortland Sutton. We're going to put a man over top. We're going to play man under.
No, Cortland had a big game. He had 118 yards receiving. He had I think 6 or 7 receptions. The problem is, like I said, if I'm defending Jamar Chase, I know what I know as an offense.
It's just not the same kind.
Let me say this.
Kind of athlete, man.
I know that's exactly my point. Man. When I'm defending, if I'm an offense or defense and I'm defending and I'm playing Cincinnati, I know one thing. I know if I'm the Bengals offense is that it's 10 versus 9 because you are going to commit 2 to this guy.
Mm-hmm.
When you play the Denver Broncos, there's not one player on that offense that you have to commit an extra resource to that scares you that way. Cortland is a great number 2, but as a number 1, it makes the offense. You almost have to be perfect to win because you don't have numbers. There's no mismatches.
Okay, so in a NFL facility, offense and defense, we break up, and the coach is going to put up something on the whiteboard. It's going to be goals. Defensively, we want to hold them under 17 points. Offensively, we want to score 24, 28, depending on who your offensive coordinator is. So against the Colts, we got there. We got 28 plus. So that's good. That's good enough. We are in position to win the games. The offense has put up enough points to win the football game. We don't know how to close out games. That's the Broncos issue. Going back to last year, we don't close out games. So whether it's the offense or the defense or special teams, someone making a mistake, a defense being able to hold on to the lead, which we saw last year, there is an issue of knowing how to win close games.
Yep.
So I hear you on the Cortland Sutton thing. I agree he's a good number 2, but this offense tends to manage to score enough points to win. We just can't win the close ones. We don't know how to do that. And for me, that's an identity thing. That's a culture thing. I know Coach Prime said, I don't understand what identity is. I know that's Coach Prime. We're talking about the Broncos now. But I think every football team has an identity, and you need to know what that is in order to win close games, because when it comes down to these critical situations, what do we rely on? What are we thinking about?
Exactly.
Are we going to be the smarter, cleaner playing team? Or are we going to be the dumb team that spikes a ball after a first down when we get a first down as a running back? Do we go WWE on a defender like a funga and slam them down and pick them up in the air?
Mm-hmm.
When you do dumb stuff, it's hard. You can't say you're the smarter, cleaner playing team. You don't know the situation on the field. You don't know how critical it is. That's not in your mind.
Right.
See, I believe that this team is a reflection of its head coach.
Yep.
It's clearly a reflection of its head coach. There's a whole lot of everything and not a real expertise and real nothing offensively. Okay. What do the Broncos do well?
That's a great question.
So I would tell you what they would like to do is run the ball at will. Okay, J.K. Dobbins had 75 yards rushing on some paltry numbers like 11 or 12 carries.
Yeah, but he had over 40 on one carry.
Yeah.
So that's why you keep feeding them.
Okay.
And so at the end of games, when you have the game in control, you turn around and hand the ball off to your running back, and your offensive line been waiting all day for this. Give him a chance to go ahead and be special and close out the game. The other side, we talked about Caden Salters throwing the ball up, giving his receivers the chance to catch a one-on-one. But you don't have to throw it out there so he catches it in stride. Russell Wilson is the greatest deep ball thrower because he throws it up and gives their receivers a chance to
give the defenders a lot of chances too.
Yeah, he gives them a chance. But CJ, I'm telling you, the stress on the defenders when the ball is in the air that long is just magnified. I mean, it is so uncomfortable when you play defense and you're 40 yards down the field. And Bo Nix overshot his receivers in those moments 3 times.
Yep.
I know 2 times there could have been touchdowns, but just give me long receptions. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know Sean Payton talked about, it's hard to convert on 3rd down and 11 and plus. Well, I'm like, yeah, because you're not, you're not giving your team a real chance with the run game because it's too pretty. I mean, I think the Broncos defense had 83 plays on defense. Let me tell you something. In the league, that is a lot of plays.
Yeah.
You don't get 83 plays and have a chance to win very frequently.
Well, the Broncos were 2 for 13 on third down with an average of, I think, 11 yards. 3rd and 11 was the average to Coach's point. But you're not going to win games. And I'll say this. The Broncos just aren't special at anything. And when you're not special at anything, you don't really have an identity.
They can get after the quarterback.
They can get after
defensively.
Bro, they can get after the quarterback.
Now I'm talking about the offense.
Okay.
They're just not like they don't have an identity because they're not really consistent. There's nothing that team can hang their hat on.
I don't think the coach really likes to run the football.
I think you're right.
I mean, you know, like Chad, if we were scouting, you were sitting in the meeting room with Dick LeBeau and I was sitting in the room with Dick LeBeau or any one of my great coordinators that I've had in my life, you say, let's break down the identity of the guy that's calling the play. He doesn't want to run the football.
Yeah.
Okay. Like when I tell you that they have multiple formations, right? I mean, this team throws out more formations at you than any team I have ever seen with the Denver Broncos. I mean, they are multiple formations, multiple packages, and you just don't give your team a chance to get into a groove offensively because you cannot stay with the same personnel groupings because it feels like he can't wait to get to the next play. And most of the time when you start seeing teams that end up winning championships, it's because the coaches that call those plays offensively are play repeaters.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you have play repeaters, then, hey, eventually you're going to have to stop. If the Eagles get into a 3rd down and 1, what are they doing?
They're going to tush push.
They're getting 4th down and 1. What are they doing?
Push.
Oh, that's their identity, right?
Right.
They know how they want to do it, and they keep that same personnel group in for that moment.
You know,
we don't do that. We don't do that.
But didn't this guy? Aren't we talking about a Super Bowl winning head coach?
Once with one of the greatest one Super Bowl with one of the greatest quarterbacks in the history of this business.
So is it a quarterback issue?
No, I think it's the play calling and how I think the quarterback is average. Okay. I think Bo Nix is average at best. He's not a Pro Bowl quarterback. He probably won't ever make it to the Pro Bowl as long as Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. I mean, we don't have a quarterback that's going to be
Pat
in
Mahomes. I mean,
exactly. And Patrick, I mean, we don't have a Pro Bowl quarterback. To be a Pro Bowl quarterback in the AFC, bro, you got to come with it. I don't know if Bo Nix is ever going to get to that.
Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert, right? I mean, just think about it. How many guys he has to jump past to become a Pro Bowl quarterback?
But can he be good enough
to win a Super Bowl? What's the object? What's the object?
Can he be good enough to win a Super Bowl?
Okay, I got to run. But let me ask you this right before I go. AFC West, this division, we just lost to the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
Chargers got a chokehold on this division at this point. Where would you put our coach and our quarterback amongst the AFC West coaches and quarterbacks? I know Geno is having a rough roll of it, but it could be argued that Sean Payton is 4th among AFC West coaches, and it could be argued that Bo Nix is 4th among AFC West quarterbacks. I'd say he's playing at a better level than Geno Smith right now. We'll see how the season plays out. And
I think that's a good point.
But that's if you're going to be a deep run playoff team, typically you want to win your division. And right now we're looking up at the Chargers. In the past, we've been looking up at the Chiefs. And with these head coaches and these quarterbacks, what does that future window look like?
That's a great point.
I'll leave y'all with that.
Yep, I do want to. And J.K. Dobbins, by the way, has really done a number in taking up for his quarterback. J.K. Dobbins didn't like what you said, Al, or what Chad said before he had to get out of here about his quarterback. Here's what he had to say.
I always tell Bo, it's never always on him. It's a full team effort. None of us go out there and play a perfect game, and I don't want him to ever feel the pressure of needing to be perfect for us to go out there and be successful. We all have our hand in the pot, and it takes all of us to win. It takes all of us to lose.
Now, of course, that was Cortland Sutton. But I will tell you, like the players, you can tell that their quarterback is pressing. They hear what people are saying about him. You just called him a bum. Chad said he was fourth
listen,
out of 14.
I said he's not a Pro Bowl quarterback. Chances of him getting to a Pro Bowl level while those other quarterbacks are in this business is not looking good. It's not gonna listen. I think Sean Payton is the greatest red zone coordinator possibly in this league. He's really good. But between the 20s, man, I've said this, if I've said it once, I've said it 50 times. Between the 20s, it's you don't know what the hell they're doing. You don't know what the hell they want to do, and every week it's a different formation, a different man. We just don't have anything in our run game that we can really hang our hat on, because it feels like we can't wait to get to the next formation and the next play. And at times you still feel like, you're so anxious to get to the next play. We still having problems with bringing plays in and delays of games. You know what I'm saying? So it's a weird deal, because you can really respect the guys' genius level at times with play calling, but you got to dial it back.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think you're absolutely right there. I think he does want. He's a visionary, creative mind, and oftentimes, it lacks sort of the attention to detail that actually makes a play work or makes an offense well coordinated, is because you're ahead of it. You're not feeling it from play to play. You're just, what you want to do, and you're just doing what you think you want to do. And it seems like that's how their offense functions way too often. Now, I did mention that was Cortland Sutton we just heard from, but J.K. Dobbins was particularly animated about the defense of his quarterback.
Nah, he ain't missed no throws. He ain't missed no throws. He played a great game. We got his back. I got his back. He's a great quarterback. It's a team game. We lost as a team. It's not on him. It's not on him. Guys I got to make more plays for him, and that's it. Yeah, he ain't make no bad throws. He just it is what it is. We got to make a play for him. Even if it's not a good place ball, we got to make the play. So that's what it is.
And J.K. Dobbins did a good job of making a play for his offense. You brought it up, over 70 yards running or rushing, and had the big, I think, 41-yard, if I recall correctly, it was a touchdown play. But the players are coming to us now. Some came to mind in my memory when I was watching J.K. Dobbins.
What is that?
Hey, man.
You saw that?
Yeah, I saw a tweet. I was thinking back. It's kind of like a throwback. Is that not? I mean, he got J.K. Dobbins. He's not even 30 years old, man. He got some Sherman Hemsley.
Man, he said, man, I think maybe that's just with a helmet wearing on his head.
I don't know. It's kind of straight. Can we bring up that J.K.?
Nah, he ain't missed no throws. He ain't missed no throws. He played a great game. We got his back. I got his back. He's a great quarterback. It's a team game. We lost as a team. It's not on him.
Like let's spray on or something. No, but listen, man, we shouldn't talk about people premature.
No, I think JK's been an excellent addition to this team. It feels like we've been stuck in the mud as a running back group, man. This place is known for having great running backs. Man, the Denver Broncos are synonymous with great safeties and great running backs.
Yeah.
Like those two positions in particular, we've always been great, and we just have not had that. We haven't had that vibe in a while, man. It's just, we've had the great safety play, K-Jack and Justin Simmons, but we have not had that great running back play. But I think JK can give us that. But you got to lean on the guy. You got to give him a chance.
You concerned?
I heard the chatter about Super Bowl at the beginning of the year, and all I did was I just chuckled because, you don't know how hard it is to win a game in this league. And when you start talking about winning a Super Bowl, man, all your shit got to be together.
Yeah.
All of it's got to be together. You have to have resiliency. You have to have luck. First of all, you got to be lucky, because you got to have a healthy team to win a Super Bowl. Okay, you have to be resilient and know how to take a punch and be able to stay on your feet and not go down. You gotta have to have the coaching staff that brings you innovation and keeps you focused. And the last thing I believe that you have to have to win a Super Bowl is that the team has to own the opportunity. It's got to be the players' team. It cannot be the coach's team. If it's the coach's team, you're not going to win shit. I'm telling you. But if it's the players' team and the players own the opportunity, they have a chance to win. And I don't believe they're there yet. I mean, Bo Nix has been seen on the sideline again, arguing with the head coach.
Does that bother you at all?
Nah, it don't bother me because you know what? Maybe the guy said something to him, and as a player, I always thought as a player, listen, man, you get 6 days to coach. I get 1 day to play. Leave me alone on game day. Okay, leave me alone on game day. If you have a suggestion, give me the suggestion. But you should have been teaching this or talking to me about whatever situation I'm going through days 1 through 6.
Now, big fella, that's
a grown-up. That's the way you do it when you're a grown-up.
That's the way you do it when you're a grown-up defensive end.
When you're a grown-up,
the relationship between the coach and the quarterback is constant.
How often have you seen that happen with Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid?
All the time.
You see Patrick Mahomes yelling at or having some kind of animated conversation.
Well, no, he leaves that to Travis Kelce.
Okay,
that's not his personality.
How many times have you seen Jalen Hurts do it? How many times have
he leaves that to his receivers?
How many times have you seen Joe Burrow do it? How many times have you seen Josh Allen do it?
I don't know. I'm not talking about.
It's a
I'm not talking about yelling
situation.
Cantankerous.
It just doesn't happen. It shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen.
I'm not bothered by that.
Well, I'm just telling you,
he's a young quarterback.
There's a miscommunication. That's what I'm saying. When the players own the opportunity, when the players own the team, you won't see that again. You won't see that.
But we're talking about a second-year quarterback. We're not talking about.
This is not possible.
The guys that you just mentioned.
That's why I laugh and chuckle when I say a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
man. You know how often you get your ass whooped before you win a Super Bowl. Usually you got to get your ass kicked a few times before you start saying, I'm not letting that happen again. And I do believe, like a team that we just saw on Monday Night Football, the Detroit Lions are in that window.
Is that not the best looking football team in the
Of course
NFL
it is,
right
because you know what? Those guys have grown. They take ownership of this moment. They are taking ownership of this moment. And it looks like the head coach is okay with letting them have their moment. I don't think that's we still holding hands here with the Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
We're not ready for that yet. I had a young player ask me many years ago. He asked me a question. He said, "What does it take to win a Super Bowl?" I said, "Every fucking thing you got. That's what it takes to win a Super Bowl." And until you can get to that, then we're just talking. That's what that. I mean, everything that you have everything that you have, and it has to be a concerted effort by everybody that's on the team. So, and most of the guys are in different places. You got some guys who want to get paid, some guys who just got paid, some guys who have young families, some guys who are just trying to get to the club at and so it's got to be it's got to be like the team has to have a real symbiotic flow to them, and it's got to be understood that this is the only thing that we're here to do, is to win this damn game today. That's it. And until you get a team like that, listen, man, I played on the defense that had 9 first-round guys, okay? And we got our asses kicked, okay? I played on some teams that were Super Bowl bound, and at the wrong time, a play was missed here or there, and it didn't get done. The teams that I won Super Bowls with, man, we were locked. I mean, from day one.
It's a requirement, right?
I mean, locked.
You gotta be.
The team where we won at the University of Colorado for a national championship, locked.
That's exactly right.
I mean, locked man. In. I mean, locked in. And so I don't see this team right there yet.
I don't see them there. And it's interesting. We talk about the offense. The defense sort of speaks for itself. I think that's the strength of it's not even a thought. Clearly, that's the strength of this team. And it's so interesting. Both games you might attribute the L's to special team jack-ups, flat out, right? The week before on the leverage penalty, this week lining up in the neutral zone on a punt. I mean, you just can't have that. And that's just to your larger point.
Sean Payton, man. Sean Payton.
Is this the
I tell you, them referees don't like Sean
Oh.
Payton. You're gonna listen to me eventually. You're gonna listen to me eventually.
Oh, so he didn't line up offside.
Well, I'm just telling you, eventually, usually they don't call that. I'm just
Oh,
telling
you got to be kidding me,
I'm just
man. He
telling
was
you,
halfway
man.
in the backfield. Goodness gracious, man. Are you kidding me?
Eventually, you're gonna listen to me.
Is this a must-win game, Cincinnati, this weekend?
Oh, yes.
Must win.
Monday Night Football. You got a chance to, I love
Fourth
playing,
game of the season, must win.
I used to love to play Monday Night Football. Let me tell you why. I get to watch the games Thursday. Later in the year, you watch games Saturday. You watch all the games Sunday about all the shit you're not supposed to do. Okay? So it's kind of like a refresher course. Like, hey, don't line up in the neutral zone. You know what I'm saying? Hey, don't push out for the center to block, you know what I'm saying? Hey, don't jump outside on 3rd down and 4. And it's kind of rolling in your head because you just took all the lessons from Thursday all the way to
everybody
Sunday.
Else's screw ups.
Everybody else's bad plays, and you just had time to think about it till Monday night. And you got to remember, Monday night, man, Monday's games are always just very, very different because you get up in the morning and you have the entirety of the day. You got the entirety of the day to kind of think about football, move around. You get up. Did
you have a ritual, pregame ritual?
Yeah, and it's all screwed up when you play at night.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, like because you gotta,
Didn't you used to come out like in a jock strap and catch passes?
I always
came
out
like
in short pants and I came out in short pants and.
But your ass was. I remember one time your ass was out. It was, man. You had a. You were running routes, catching passes. You used to like to catch passes.
I like catching passes.
I know, man.
I was the best tight end to never play the game.
But you had that. Your ass was out.
My ass was not out. No, but I love to go out and warm up. I mean, listen, man. I treated football. I would like to say I treated football like I knew it wasn't going to be forever. I just knew it wasn't going to be forever. So I got as much out of it as I could.
Were you ready?
Ready to leave when I was?
Yep.
I was ready. I never wanted to play for a team that didn't have a Hall of Fame quarterback.
What kind of front running shit is that?
That's the truth.
I can appreciate the truth. That's how you feel.
When you get your ass whooped for 4 years in this league, listen, I know you get paid, but when you get your ass whooped in this league, you know what their good looks like. You know what your good looks like. And when you have a good quarterback on your team, ain't nothing like it.
I thought those Cincinnati teams had some pretty good quarterbacks, big fella.
Listen, I didn't say they didn't have good quarterbacks, but I'm saying they were not in the same class as John Elway and certainly not in the same class as Steve Young.
Tyrod Taylor would have been the starting quarterback for that football team.
Tyrod Taylor would have looked, don't even get me started.
Hey, man,
I don't mean to dog the situation, but let me just say, when you are playing with a Hall of Fame quarterback, everything looks better. Everything should work better.
Well, of course. It's the most important position in any sport, you name it.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah,
I'll agree with that.
Hey,
when that guy's on,
makes everything else better.
Man, offense works, defense works, special teams works because he can change the plan immediately.
Well, if you're playing with the lead, that means a guy like you who likes to get after the passer is in an advantageous position.
Right.
Because they are trying to catch up with you.
Or how about this? When you play with a guy like that, you should have a running back that runs for 2,000 yards.
That's exactly right. Right? Teams, they're not loading the box.
You cannot load the box against that guy. That guy will scar your ass up.
Hey, man, I had a blast this past weekend up in Boulder, man.
Yeah.
Doing the pregame and all of that. What we didn't do, we didn't get to Pasta J's, bro.
Oh, yeah. We're going up there this week.
We got to get to my man, Pasta J's.
Going up there, man. Love me some Pasta J's.
What's your favorite? You have a dish name?
Yeah, Alfredo Williams. Pasta J's, back in the day, used to have Alfredo night on Wednesdays. And I used to go to Pasta J's on Wednesday nights. And I made sure I went every Wednesday because he didn't always have the Alfredo sauce. So I started going on Wednesdays, and I kept going Wednesdays for years. He said, you know what? We just might as well make this part of our normal menu item. And so he did. He added a dish and called it the Alfredo Williams.
Yep. And you still eating it pretty regularly.
Yeah, you know what? The hell with you. You time to talk about my weight. I
No,
know
I'm
that's what
not.
you're doing.
I'm not taking a shot at your
Yes,
weight,
you
man.
were. Yes, you were.
Why you get so sensitive about your weight?
I'm just saying, not for
You know
long.
you can do
not
something
for long.
about-
Not for long.
Oh, you doing something about it?
I'm doing something about it.
What's the goal?
I'm on my way to dinner right now. As a matter of fact, let's get out of here right now.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to Big Al and CJ, and a special thanks to my man Chad Brown for hanging out with us as well. That does it for us. Hey, stay tuned. We're coming back to you Friday, Saturday. We'll be up in Boulder. Of course, you can catch us on Guerrilla Sports and all your social media platforms. The Big Al and CJ Show. We'll be back.